Obviously, we had to make a lot of changes tonight going into the game with the players that were missing and injuries and so forth. But again, I thought we showed a lot of character. Obviously, our first half, I think, was better than our second. What we did in the first, I thought, was pretty good, and that we were unfortunate not to be up by maybe more than one. In the second half, I think they got a hold of the game a little bit more. They became a little more dangerous on their set pieces. They got a lot of them. They went with extra forwards, and we didn't do as good a job holding on to the ball. Lost our shape a little bit. But again, I'm pleased with our fight and our character. And, sometimes games go that way, and you just got to battle. And that's what we did in the second half. We just, he had everything was fine on Monday. It trained well. On Tuesday, it acted up a little bit. He didn't wake up well, so we've been in communication with him from this morning, from about 9 o'clock on, so we gave him a fitness test, and we just felt it wasn't worth the risk to have him go out there.
Any reason to think that or what do you think of his availability for the weekend?
We'll have to see. It's basically day to day right now.
In light of what you didn't have available to you today, do you think this is the deepest team in MLS?
Oh, I don't know if you can say that. There's teams that have some good depth, and during the season you got to play different people all the time. But certainly some guys I think stepped up today. David Estrada hasn't played in a long time, and I thought he stepped up with a really good effort. I thought his first 60 minutes, his activity was really good. Birch is a guy who's had to play a lot of left midfield for us because we've been short people there, and he stepped up, played well. We needed Zach to go to outside back because we tried to keep a little more veterans on the field, and he came on and did well. So, you always want to have a team that's got good depth. Is it the best team in the league? I can't say that for sure.
When you put this lineup together, did you feel like you were going to have to get something out of Lamar to score?
Well, we felt it was important for Lamar, to do well. We also felt, we've been very good on set pieces and free kicks lately. Morrow's been serving a good ball. Birch was serving a good ball at practice. We said that's something we want to try and take advantage of, and we did again. We wanted to make sure that Lamar and David, normally we have one of the two forwards drop in a little bit more, but with their quality, we wanted them both to stay higher and just be active and just create problems, not be playing back to goal against their defenders, but be active and be running off their defenders.
How did you feel like they accomplished that?
I thought they did a good job in the first half. I thought we got behind Chivas a number of times and got into good crossing situations, balls being cut back and so forth, and just didn't, the final pass, the final touch, the final shot didn't come off as well as it should have. But I think we certainly took the game to them in the first half.
Is it concerning you that you rather labored to this win despite the possession domination and the attacking opportunities you had against one of the weakest teams in MLS?
A win's a win. A win's a win, and I think Chivas, with the exception of Bocanegra, they've played basically the same lineup for the last 3 games, and they should have won in Vancouver. They were the better team in Vancouver, and I think they've played much better. I think if the season were to start today, I don't think Chivas would be in last place. I think the coach has done a good job with them. I think he's organized them well. I think he's put guys into positions. He's got guys combinations that he feels good about, and I think they're a much improved team. I would have rather played them earlier in the season twice, than having to play them late twice.
So how do you look at the performance by your team tonight? Do you look at it like you're one of the hottest teams in MLS, and as the playoffs approach, or do you go, wow, is this game indicative of a team that has scored only got more goals than Chivas and the Earthquakes in the Western Conference? Is finishing a concern as the playoffs approach, or do you look at the...
No, I think the goals will come. We feel very confident that the goals will come. Obviously today we're missing Eddie Johnson and we're missing Dempsey and we're missing Oba. So those are important cogs to that. But we made a commitment after the Houston game that we got to play better defense, and we haven't given up a goal since then. And at the end of the day, that's something that's very important for us to win an MLS Cup. Is that we've got to be solid in the back. I think there was a Galaxy team that won the Supporter Shield, and I think they won 8 or 9 games, 1-0 during that season. So winning 1-0 is not the worst thing.
This did click you all to the highest points per game in the league. Is that meaningful at all to you guys at this point?
As long as we maintain it, it's the same thing. We talked about it before the game. We said this is one of our games in hand. This is a game-in-hand game, and there's 3 points. We're holding them in our hands. Do we want to put it in our pockets, or do we want to throw them away? And we decided to put it in our pocket. So as long as we take each of those games in hand that we have and put the points in our pocket, then we'll continue to climb and raise up the standings.
Would you expect to make any lineup changes for the Chicago game on Saturday, given what you saw tonight?
Well, we'll have to see how the hospital ward looks, after everybody gets all their bruises and injuries taken care of today, and we'll see how everybody feels and recovers. But it's a tight turnaround for us. Chicago hasn't played, in a week, and for us now we only got 72 hours, and we've got to play again. But we'll be ready. We'll play, and we'll figure out who should be on the field.
I feel like this is a game that maybe wouldn't have gone the same way earlier in the season. Just having to play
Yeah, games seem to turn on us a little bit early in the season where the smidgen of luck maybe didn't come our way. Like today at the end of the game, smidgen of luck. Gershberning makes a mistake, drops the ball, and the referee blows end of game. Some other referee might have said, "Oops, he dropped it, picked it up, indirect free kick," and we'd have been scrambling there at the end. So at the end, when you look at a whole season, it usually evens out. When you're in the middle of a bad run of luck, you're definitely a little depressed.
You need some results like this if you're gonna, make a serious run at the Shield.
Yeah, you always need some results like that. Yeah, you always need to win games, you need to control games, you need to dominate games, and then there's the odd game in there where you've got to just figure out a way to win it. The last 2 games have been difficult games for us. We're playing a man down, and today with all the people missing, that we had to figure out a way to win the games, and we did that.
How are you dealing with this pressure personally, considering the latest acquisition and the expectations that are now mounting on this team? Bruce Arena is always...
Pressure? There's no pressure.
Bruce Arena, the Galaxy, has always talked about how he deals with the pressure and the expectations with a free-spending ownership group. Now,
How does he deal with it?
He wins back-to-back MLS Cups.
There you go.
So, what about you?
Well, winning back-to-back MLS Cups would be good because it would take the pressure off. There's no more pressure than I put on myself. And, I always want to see the team do well, and I want to see us do well. And there's nothing I'd rather do than bring a championship to the people of Seattle because they deserve it. But, at the end of the day, you got to go into each game. You got to try and have a game plan and figure out a way to win the game. And you want your team to work for you and be committed to you, and I think they've shown that they are. And the rest is sometimes out of your hands. That smidgen of good fortune and good luck. Is you work for that and you earn that to a certain extent, and sometimes it just happens. But pressure is opportunity.
Lamar plays left back for you on Saturday. Now comes and plays a key offensive role tonight. Just talk about what you've seen out of him.
Yeah, I think his goal tonight is his career high, right? His 6th tonight. So yeah, no, I mean Lamar's been great, for us. I know when we traded for him and got him here at the start of the season from Montreal, we were sort of looking at him and saying, "Geez, what happened to this guy? Doesn't look like the same guy." And he started to find his feet again in training, started to do much better. And when the opportunity came, he seized it. And he's really done well, and he's been obviously a very influential player for us this year.
He's a guy who could have been lost in the shuffle with the addition of Dempsey, with Bobo, with Eddie.
Yeah, but you never get lost in the shuffle if you draw attention to yourself. He draws attention to himself by his play.
Anything else?
Look at the pace. It'll go. Oh, it is fantastic. Absolutely sensational by the Sounders. Hey kids, come train like the first team. Join us this year at Sounders FC Youth Soccer Camps. Have fun and improve your skills. Meet players, make friends and learn from the best. Visit camps.soundersfc.com. Space is limited, so sign up today.